If we look at tonight's lineups, the same 11 for the Dutch as Friday, although a few notable absentees. Euro's top scorer Klaas-Jan Huntelaar out, along with Robben and Janssen. Stekelenburg out with a broken thumb. Van Bommel hasn't recovered from a swollen leg. But despite all of that, this is one mightily strong side. 5 changes for Hungary. Zoltan Liptak and Akoshelek both suspended after yellows on Friday. Kirai, Varga and Common all dropping to the bench. Inkan Fulop, Lazar, Varots, Pinter and Prishkin. Key for Hungary could be Balázs Jurčák, who scored against the Dutch in the friendly here last year and who actually plays in the Netherlands for PSV. Most of those here tonight hoping to witness yet another dominant Dutch display, a team that has looked supreme in qualifying so far. So at the halfway stage of qualifying, the Dutch, one of just 3 nations who still have a perfect record. Their latest win came against tonight's opponents just 4 days ago. An emphatic 4-0 win in Budapest. So fair to say that Hungary need a huge improvement tonight. They met at the Ferenc Puskás Stadium in Budapest on Friday. The Dutch, with that 4-0 win, it really is a huge ask of Hungary, who I understand are going to be far more defensive in their work this evening. Underdogs, yes. Overawed? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. No doubting there's a massive gulf in experience between these two sides this evening. Noticeable that Hungary, at least to begin with, are pushing Rudolph up along with Prishkin through the middle. They played 4-4-2 in the reverse fixture just 4 days ago. But, certainly the word in the Hungarian camp when I spoke to them earlier on today was that they are very wary of giving the Dutch too much space tonight. Maybe they played a little bit too open for the coach's liking on Friday. The Dutch already starting to find their groove here. Here's Van der Wiel to Van der Vaart, who's playing in a slightly deeper role than we see him play for his club Tottenham. Afellay, one of the 4 goal scorers on Friday, along with Van der Vaart, Kout and Van Persie. It wasn't Afellay who was offside, it has to be said. It was Robin Van Persie in the middle. Guerra's little flick looking for Prishkin. Hungary holding second place coming into this tonight. Defending early on here against Van Persie. Twisting and tormenting his way past the Hungarian defenders. He really is looking back to his very best here. Juhas was being turned inside out, but a good recovery by the centre-back. Zanchuk is guarding the far post here. Delivery by Van der Vaart. It's smartly taken by Schneider. Shooting range for the Interman. Just a little nick off Van Persie on the way through too. Just the one defeat in 2010, infamous World Cup final against Spain. They'll defend their European title in Poland and Ukraine next year. Now Afellay. Schneider. It's the movement of the Dutch that is causing Hungary a lot of problems here. They've got to work out who's picking up who. Sneijder. Kout. Van Persie. Well, there seem to be all sorts of debates and discussions going on at the back for Hungary here. Winners of this competition back in 1988. And they've got Lazar here stationed on the near post as Sneijder takes the corner. A little glancing touch, took it away, but it's thumped in by Van Persie. It's taken the Dutch just over 12 minutes to break through. Four in Budapest on Friday, and already off the mark in Amsterdam. Well, the initial touch from Heitinga served to help it through in the end, but Van Persie at the back there, absolutely no one with him. There's the touch from Heitinga, and that's the cool finish from Van Persie. No one in white within about 5 yards of him. Hungary have certainly picked up during the Euro qualifiers, with the exception of the meeting with the Dutch last Friday. After initially losing to Sweden, they won 3 in a row against Moldova, San Marino and Finland. Looking here for Rudolph, who rather theatrically dives. 5.9 for artistic impression here, perhaps. Now Van Persie. Oh, great touch on Kout. Too easy, just too easy. It is the sign of a quality side, of course, when they can unlock you as easily as this, but perfectly weighted from Van Persie, delicate from Kout. Maybe Philip had done enough to just take his mind off the target here. Just the one effort on target for the Dutch so far, though. Pinta. Manchak, who I remember played at left back under Ruben Koeman last June. Prishkin trying to force his way past Matthijssen. Needs reinforcements, gets them with Guerra. Rudolph in the middle, Ginczek just behind him. It's Vanot who's smothered. Ginczek, who's felled by Van der Wiel. Ginczek on the ball here, he's put it in, but the whistle has already gone. Well, there was a player in an offside position in the middle here, and the referee, I think, holding up the whistle to say the signal had to come off the whistle. The referees will often just have a word with a player and say, do you want the quick one or are we going off the whistle? Hard to tell whether he actually said that, but clearly the signal here is wait for my whistle. That really is a let-off for the Dutch. It was quick thinking from Hungary, and Rudolph now firing over. Norwegian referee quite within his rights to tell them to play to the whistle. What sort of a clearance was that? Vaughan putting Peters under all sorts of unnecessary pressure. what's going on inside the penalty area, and the referee well placed to see it. Again, Guerra has something to say for himself. Well, Heitinger goes down. Heitinger pushing Guerra away, and Juhas trying to force his way through. Given away by Rudolph, stolen by De Jong. And Schneider. De Jong. Wesley Sneijder, pivotal to this Dutch team, and orchestrating events here with Van der Vaart to Van Persie. To Sneijder, looking for Van Persie again. Well, you know, once or twice Hungary have offered the Dutch one or two little gifts, and there was a mistake here as the ball came back from Sneijder. Juhas missed his kick. Completely missed the clearance. Chance of Holland from the stands. With just over 10 minutes to half-time. Sneijder. Getting it back from Van der Vaart. Times like this when Hungary just letting the Dutch knock it around. I really do think they've got to push up a little bit more closely here. Sneijder to Kout. Afellay manoeuvres an opening. Well, I wouldn't say levered it, but it was another effort on target from the Dutch. Again, when they've played it long, Hungary haven't quite had the accuracy so far. Here's the shot from Afellay. Again, Juhas just standing off him. Defender really has to push up there. I suppose the worry for the Dutch is that, as with previous tournaments, sometimes they've been known to peak a little too early. It's really in those finals where they really have to click it all into gear. The two World Cup finals in the 70s, and of course last year in South Africa, 1988, Ruud Gullit and co. Well, they got it right that time. Here's Guerra. Oh, lovely work this time, and Rudolph rather wasting the opportunity. Guerra had done brilliantly there for his team. Look at him just drop in that little gap in behind the Dutch. And the cutback was intelligent. But Rudolph with a shot that was comfortable enough for Vaughan. There's a bit of hope and a little bit of promise from Hungary. As well as a few agricultural challenges. It's Van Check this time. Just a bit of concern here for Robin Van Persie too. Ruud van Nistelrooy warming up on the sidelines. There's Van Check. It was high, it was wild. Still not moving terribly freely, but he's got the benefit of the half-time interval. Shot around the corner. Good steal by Pinter to De Jong, and now Van der Vaart to Afellay and Sneijder. And Persie comes alive again. Kout ahead of him through the middle, takes a tumble. Van der Wiel. count looking for a free kick, but the Dutch do have possession. Van Persie's going to need a bit more physio during the break. Van Marwijk with the ready-made replacement, of course, in Van Nistelrooy. At this point really just have to make sure that nothing silly happens between now and half-time. Two added minutes at the end of the first period. Snyder coming deep for it this time and finding Van der Vaart. Well, Van Persie just easing his way back into things here. Still looks uncomfortable. As I say, a chance at half-time to give him a little bit of treatment. At the moment, Hungary can't get the ball back. Snyder. Well, ambitious from there, but maybe without Persie able to make the runs in behind just now. Bardots to Prishkin and Judjak. Well, he could be running into a cul-de-sac here. Matthijssen takes both player and ball in the end over the goal line for a corner. Two Bulgarian centre-backs, Juhas and Vančák, quickly getting themselves forward here. 2 added minutes now consumed as Rudolph swings it over. Now that's going to go out for a goal kick, but there's the half-time whistle, and Robin Van Persie ends the half with a bit of an injury. And having started the half with the only goal just after 12 minutes played, and the Netherlands looking bright and sharp, really picking up where they left off in Budapest last Friday. Bert van Marwijk here, a little bit of concern for his number 9. I suspect Judjak may be having a word with the Norwegian referee about the quickly taken free kick that led to the disallowed goal for Hungary. Hungary, who looked a little overawed at first, but have fought their way back into the match, and there's still plenty to play for. Half-time in Amsterdam. It's the Netherlands 1, Hungary. So the Dutch leading by a 0-0 against Hungary in this European qualifier, and Ruud van Nistelrooy has been introduced for the second period in place of Robin van Persie, the first half goal scorer. One change as well for Hungary, with Pinter, who was on a yellow card, replaced by Vladimir Coman wearing 15. As Judjak, of course, was the player who had the ball in the back of the Dutch net in the first half. There's confirmation of the Dutch change. Hungary quick out of blocks in this second period, and a good angle here, a deflection and an equaliser. Rudolph. What a start to the second half for Hungary. And for those who've travelled across, well, inspiration here at the start of the second half. The quickly taken corner with Jujak and Rudolph. The slip from Snyder, was it? And it goes in. There's a hefty deflection. Van der Vaart and then Peters. Peters has the last touch, but I'm sure for now we'll have to credit that to Rudolph as a shot on target. Coman has taken up for one of the two positions in the centre of midfield as Snyder tries to release it through for Cal. Well, it's just the third goal that the Dutch have conceded in their qualifying campaign so far. What a tonic for Hungary. Thumped 4-0 at home on Friday and recovering from a goal down here to square it at 1-1. Now Snyder. Jujak. Prishkin. Jujak. Prishkin lurking in the middle. Guerra's joining him too. This is Rudolph, Hungary's goal scorer. In by Jujak. In comes Guerra! Brilliant goal by the Hungarian captain! The World Cup finalists have been stung. 2 goals in 5 second half minutes. What a remarkable turnaround. Bert van Marwijk, Philip Cocu looking absolutely stunned by this. Beautifully crafted, and what a perfectly timed volley. Hungary's player of the year on 3 occasions. Their captain, Guerra, puts them in front. Peters. Snyder. Turns, manoeuvres, delivers. Guerra. Could not have hit his volley more sweetly. And here's Rudolph now. Prishkin central for Hungary. Waiting for support here. Gets it with Guerra. Oh, it's a nice idea in towards Coman. Miscue by Van der Wiel. Prishkin. Notsko to Jujak. In comes Prishkin again. And the Dutch are looking a bit rattled. Well, it really just shows you, if you really set about the Dutch, they are not made of armour. They are fallible. Jujak with it. Electing to punch away. And Rudolph snatched it. Rudolph! Well, Hungary in the opening 10 minutes of this second half are a team transformed. That's Martin Stekelenburg watching on. The Ajax goalkeeper, the Dutch national keeper, who's out at the moment injured. Here's Van der Wiel, who, like Stekelenburg, plays his club football here. Vanchek caught late by Van Nistelrooy. Rudolph alert and alive ahead of him. It's Vadots to Juhas to Jujak. to Coman. Hungary playing Dutch football, you could say. Lazar. It's crisp, it's swift, it's one touch, and it's very pleasing on the eye, and it's so nearly a third as Guerra slides it across for Prishkin. A team that looked totally outclassed in the first 15 minutes have really come alive now. Roof open tonight, good bright conditions through the day in Amsterdam. Schneider, Van der Vaart, De Jong, Van Nistelrooy. Again, lots of rotation from the forward players. Afellay, Schneider. Oh, Schneider gets it back off the defender, and it's 2-2. Schneider playing a give and go with the Hungarian defenders. But a wave of relief around the Amsterdam arena. Schneider conjures up the equaliser here, courtesy of a helpful return from the Hungarian defence. Fulop was rather stranded, and a beautifully measured, controlled finish. Just curl back in off the far post. Count trying to muscle past Lotsko. Is Varots. Oh, an onside here. Goalkeeper's come a mile out. Chance here for Jujak. Well, Vorm has looked a little bit shaky, a little bit flaky. Clearly onside. The Tyson played him on. Just wanted him to lob the goalkeeper there, but unselfish perhaps in squaring for Jujak. Guerra, Lazar, oh, great tracking Afellay. The crowd responding to that. Afellay have gone galloping back, and he's going to have to go charging forward now. He's taking on Vadots. Oh, what a pass to Count. Van Nistelrooy edge of the box. Van Nistelrooy! Brilliant goal by the Dutch. And Afellay deserves much of the credit. Not only did he win it defensively, but he then went on a cavalier run up the other end, swept it out to Count, and what a great finish from Van Nistelrooy. The old Dutch master finds his touch to put the Dutch back in front. Well, this really was fabulous. Afellay took on 2 or 3 of the Hungarian players before that. Wonderful delivery that changed the angle. Slight touch off Juhas there off Van Nistelrooy's shot. Takes it early, takes it cleanly, and takes the opportunity to restore the Dutch advantage. Just to confirm, Hungary making a change while the celebrations were being witnessed. Attila Turkali coming on for Prishkin. Number 14 Turkali, another veteran striker. Oh, and a chance here. Guerra can square it. Oh, it's 3-3. This seesaw match with 6 goals. And Zoltan Guerra with 2 for Hungary, to the delight of Sandor Egavari. It is a thriller in Amsterdam. Well, he's left completely by Emmanuelson. It's a mistake by the fullback, but take nothing away from the finish. He's got Vorm to beat, and he beats him firmly, fairly and emphatically. Oh dear, all the good work undone. Is Afellay. Oh, great play. Van der Wiel on the outside. Oh, and he couldn't find either of the two players in the middle. Well, another lightning quick break. Watch Van der Vaart tearing into the area here. He and Van Nistelrooy trying to latch onto Van der Wiel's squared ball. It was just whipped in with too much pace. Who would have thought it after Friday night? They believed. Is Afellay, little stumble from Lazar. Counts coming in! 4-3! Don't count! Four on Friday, 4 tonight, and the Dutch, with their noses in front for a third time. Whatever Hungary throw at them, they seem to have the response. The stumble from Lazar crucial. Afellay, what a cross! And how about that for a finish from Kout, the Liverpool front man, striking it down, striking it accurately. 7 goals, and the Dutch have 4 of them. Inevitably, when you talk of Hungary, thoughts of the 50s teams. As an Englishman, of course, some memories of the 5-3, and even worse. But with a little over 10 minutes to go, Hungary have acquitted themselves so admirably tonight. But will they take anything away from Amsterdam? Afellay. Kout still going. Van Nistelrooy pulls away. Oh, Kout's got it! It's drifted all the way over Martin Fuller. He looks a bit apologetic. I'm not sure he meant that. I think he was looking for Van Nistelrooy. But either way, it's 5 for the Netherlands now. Well, when he hits this, he looks up, he sees Van Nistelrooy, he clips it up above the goalkeeper, but it drifts in under the crossbar. It's a fluke, perhaps. You look at him, he's looking at Van Nistelrooy all the way there. It's a fluke goal. But it's a goal that really knocks the stuffing out of Hungary. And there was me talking about famous 5-3s. It's a wonderful win against the USSR back in 1988. The wonder of Marco van Basten at Al, and just wonder whether this is going to be, at last, a Dutch team destined for further greatness. There were anxious faces early in the second half, but now there's applause, there's cheering, and that sense of optimism. Defensively, there have been some cracks. Form certainly in the Dutch goal hasn't looked anywhere near as settled and authoritative as Stekelenburg. But the boys have done the business at the other end. And Van der Wiel. to Van der Vaart. Oh, look at the run here of Afellay. Tyson. Coman. Vadots. Rudolph. Turkeli. Van der Vaart leans the Netherlands forward. Kout. Here comes Emmanuelson. Kout. It's too much of Van der Wiel. A game that promised goals, 8 of them tonight. No matter what the outcome now, Hungary will take huge credit for their contribution to this match. They looked poor to begin with, maybe still suffering the after effects of the shock on Friday in Budapest as Jacek blasts over. Marco van Basten and Ronald Koeman there alongside him. Spoke about the great Dutch team, and Frank Rijkaard was another next year's target. Dirk Kout coming off. No hat-trick tonight, but what a key contribution from Kout. 2 goals that have just put the Dutch back on track when they most needed it. The second, I'm sure, a fluke, but if you float one to the far post and you have a dream, well, sometimes those dreams can be realised. Kout off, Elia on, and all smiles for the management once again. Elia, another very quick front player. Vadots coming off here for Hungary, and Cvikovic coming on. Four added minutes. That's how long it took Hungary to score 2 at the start of the second half. They too can dream. It just looked like a tangle of legs, really. Which Van Nistelrooy and stronger objections. One step away from greatness in 2010. Can they go all the way in 2012? Undoubtedly, Spain, the Netherlands, and indeed Germany looking strong at the moment too. The teams you would say on form currently. It's about who peaks in some 15 months' time. Is Afellay. Emmanuelson. Hungary run the court The Dutch on the hop at the start of the second half, but the Dutch now just asserting themselves on this, comfortable with the 2-goal cushion. Passes applauded all over the place. Elia rampant here for the Dutch, and just running out of pitch. Looking for a crowd-pleasing finale. Couch relaxed enough. Sees himself on the screen. Well, it's a game that has slipped away from Hungary. But what confidence it should give Sandor Egavari's team for their next European qualifier away to San Marino in June. If they can score 3 in Amsterdam, goodness knows how many they can score there. San Marino, the joint lowest ranked team in world football at the moment, down at 202. No disrespect to them, but it's a match that Hungary would expect to win emphatically. Perfection is maintained by the Dutch, but only after they had a few scares. 6 wins out of 6 for Bert van Marwijk's team. The World Cup runners-up marching on towards Poland and Ukraine next year. Robin van Persie, who scored the opener, Dirk Kuyt, who scored the telling 2 goals that made the difference in the end. Sneijder, Van Nistelrooy with the others for the home side. But what a great contribution Hungary made this evening. They stunned the Dutch at the start of the second half with 2 goals in quick succession from Rudolph and Guerra. Guerra then made it 3-3 for a point, only to see the Dutch regroup and regain the advantage. The Dutch top of Group E with 18 points from 6 games and 21 goals scored. Who can stop them? Final score in Amsterdam: the Netherlands 5, Hungary 3.